Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Carrie with crafterslog. Today I'm doing box reviews. So it's a comparison between 4 boxes. I have Mrs. Quilty, the Quilted Cow, the Fat Quarter Shop, and it's the Sew Sampler box, as well as the Sew What box. So I did the 4 of them. I've gotten 4 of Miss Quilty's, 5 of the Moo Mail, of the Quilted Cow, 3 of the Fat Quarter Shop, the Sew Sampler box, and 3 of the Sew What boxes. I have made several projects from Miss Quilty, a couple from the Quilted Cow, and then 1 each of the Sew Sampler, or 1 each of the Fat Quarter and the Sew What box. A couple of the projects have already been mailed off to people that I have was making the project for or decided to give the project to, so I don't have those to show you. But what I did is I come up with a little recipe sheet here. I just thought it was kind of cute, you know, Mrs. Quilty. I did a project and I broke it down. And if I had the other camera set up, I'd be able to show you this a little bit better. And then preparation, I just did a quick little thing. So Miss Quilty was the first box that I ever started to get. It was not necessarily the least expensive. It might have been pretty close to it. It was the least expensive box that was out there that I wanted to try. The box is $31.97. The shipping is included in that. And in the box you get a booklet. Let me see if I got one right here so I can show you the book. Well, hello, that one's completely empty. So what did I do with the boxes? Oh, here's one. Okay, so you usually get something like this. You will get something like this in every box, and it gives you a description of what comes in the box along with the prices. Now this is the one, and so with all 4 of these boxes I had concerns with. The fabric is subpar. The first time, my first box, it was horrible. They've made some small improvements to the fabric, but not very much. I'm not sure where they get it, if they get it from a private designer that makes the fabric. And it's not a name brand fabric by any means. It's good if you're a beginner and you're wanting to start out. These would probably be good boxes for you. However, the instructions part, they don't quite match up. Now, I haven't gotten any in a couple months, so I'm not quite sure how that has progressed. There were some changes in the fabric and that type of stuff, but so in there, once you decide which project you want, they'll give you instructions on what fabrics to cut and the dimensions. They used to give it to you where you had to cut out the pattern and then, put it down and then trace it, that type of thing. But for some of their newer projects, they'll give you the measurements to cut. My problem was the measurement from the materials list that you were needing to cut. Some of the measurements didn't match up to what the instructions said. So again, if you've been around, I have a problem with reading. So you have to read the entire thing, and then that way you can determine what that actual project should be. So my first project, it came out small because I used the cut instructions versus the putting it all together instructions, because I had the sizes there too. And I was like, oops. So again, my bad. Another problem that I had with Mrs. Quilty is their number 3 problem. Their prices don't match up to what they say the cost is for the box. Like this particular box was my most recent box. The total value was $88.90, but I got 5 clips and they priced it at $10. Now I know even for high-end quilt clips, you can probably get more for $10, more than 5 for $10. So that was, yeah. So not a good box. But if you're a beginner, it's one of the least expensive. But again, if you're a beginner, you're gonna have to read through it and try to determine which is the right size. Math is hard for me sometimes too, along with reading. I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna own it like you would not believe. But anyways, that math part, I probably wouldn't have been able to figure it out. And I didn't figure it out until I was starting to put everything together, and I was like, oh, this triangle should have been much bigger, because I had to cut everything down to match up to do that. So again, beginner, so now you can't even think, I can't even think to call it beginner friendly. Because what I see how their boxes go out. So if this is your first box, and you're going to get the first box like everybody else got, with the same problem, with the same issues. And they may have changed that. And since I've last gotten one of their boxes, so I can't be sure. Just based on my opinion, the 4 boxes that I've gotten from them, you have to read the instructions and make sure that the measurements match up in their cut piece versus the instruction part. And if you're hard at math, and if you're trying to be a beginner sewer, I wouldn't know which one would have been the right one until I was putting it together. Overall, I gave this a 2 out of 5. Some of it was good. The fabric was getting better, but it's not anything that I would make and sell with. I'd probably keep it around the house kind of thing. But is this box for me? No. It's a good start if you're needing to get, if you don't have all the clips and some of the rulers, that type of thing. But it's really not, their price point versus what we're paying for, it doesn't match up at all. Okay, second box. Oh, this is my favorite part. Now, I wish I could have put this down on the screen so you could see it, but I'm gonna read it for you just real quick. So the preparation for the fat quarter shop. This is how you're going to prepare. Decide which project you want to make. Gather any additional material you'll need to complete the project. Your batting, your foam, additional thread, wine, rules, and snacks, because we all need that. And make sure you have everything together, including the wine and the snacks. Now for, I believe the Sew Sampler, you get 1 project in it for the fat quarter shop. No. You get multiple things that you can do. So you will need additional stuff. Like with most boxes, you're gonna need additional batting, backing, binding, even some background fabric, that kind of stuff. You're gonna need to prepare your workspace, i.e. cleaning the sewing station, kitchen table, living room floor, backyard patio, wherever your heart desires and your space is level. Gather and prep your projects. Be sure you gather any batting, backing, binding needed for your project. Depending on how late you're working, coffee or tea might be needed for caffeine boost. Of course, a snack break is always good. Now, once you got everything together, you're going to, you just might need a break, right? So if you need a sip and a snack, now's the time to get it before you have to sit down in that machine and get everything together. I prefer sweet wines, but not too sweet. Mimosas are great, but it's not a wine. And it's like, I love a charcuterie board for snack time. Yes, charcuterie, charcuterie, just because trying to spell charcuterie and sometimes saying charcuterie is hard. So I just go with charcuterie board. Assemble your project. Now this is the tricky part. You may have everything cut and took a break. Do you need a swift kick in the backside to get back to that project? Did you eat too much cheese and crackers or possibly drink too much wine? That's my hardest part, is I will get the majority of it cut and prepped, and then I'm like, okay, I need a break. And then it could be a couple hours, couple days before I even get back to it. So that's pretty much all the instructions that I had, or the preparation for that one. For Miss Quilty, it was a little bit different because there was like a couple shots in between because I was trying to figure out the pattern kind of thing. But anyways, the So What box. Oh, let's see, fat quarter shop. I think so. Back to that. This is good. Now, Miss Quilty said that they were beginners and up, which I believe, and they'll get there. They'll get better. I do see improvement. I do get their advertisements on Facebook and stuff like that, but it's kind of okay. Back to fat quarter shop. see, product info, you get fabric to complete a majority of your project, patterns to make several projects. You always get a peaceful basket pattern in there, extra quilt stuff, and they send you goodies. Like the last box I got was a bucket, like a little cloth bag, but it's round like a bucket. I call it a utensil holder, but it's one of those squeegee things that you can put your stuff in. They pens, I got a marker pen in that one. So you do get a good quality of stuff. Their price point is $30, $29.95 plus $4.95 in shipping and $3.10 tax. So it's a total of $38. You get quite a bit of stuff in it. And the quality of the stuff that's in it is excellent. You got name brand, like my last box, I got some Moda squares in it. Love it, love it. And it's great. I do give this box a 5 out of 5. If this is for me, yes, I love it because I want to get into making more quilts. I'm not a big fan of the block thing, but I guess all quilts are just blocks. But it is what it is. It's a pattern that I could build up, and once I get better and more experience, and I'm like, oh, I can go back and try that one. Because right now I'm pretty much squares and triangles. Let's see. Is this box for me? I did give this one a 5 out of 5. One, the patterns are easy to follow. The fabrics are fantastic. I have not had an issue with stretching or shredding of the size when I try using these, when I use the fabrics that I've been getting in the Fat Quarter sampler box. Absolutely love it. Again, you're going to prepare your space, drink your charcuterie, drink and eat your charcuterie and wine whenever you need it. Okay. Then, I'm missing. Oh no, one more. Okay. My next box. Now I've gotten 3 of these boxes and done 1 project from them so far. The first box I got, I really wasn't interested in the pattern they sent. It was for a mug. It was to make a pocket thing that'll insert inside your mug, and then it had little pockets on the outside. I watched the video of the woman making it, and it just didn't seem stable enough. Like you really couldn't you have to put small stuff in it. And then again, I like liquid in my cup. So there's that. But the one project I did do was for bowl cozies. The bowl cozy that I did made based on their pattern was too big. It didn't fit, my bowl didn't fit snug in there. The bowl cozy was too big and loose, and I didn't care for that, so I had to adjust the pattern. Otherwise, the fabrics were great. You get, and for them, and this would be a great, for their patterns, I think you get 1 or 2 in there. Maybe I got 2 because I bought, my first box was buy one, get one. So it was a 2-for box. My daughter's over there dancing. And she was out there for a minute trying to make me laugh, and she finally did it when she started dancing. So the So What box, that would be a great stash builder if you're wanting prints and stuff. And they send a variety of prints and some solids in there as well, which is great. Some of their patterns are probably not something that I would use, so they actually might be they're not my taste, so they might be something that I send out as a giveaway on one of my like I plan on 3 giveaways when I reach 1,000 subscribers. And it'll be fabric and maybe a couple of my other trinkets that I've got duplicates of, unless you suggest that I keep on my duplicates of my rulers and stuff just in case one breaks. But anyways, the So What project, you either get 1 to 2 projects, you get the pattern for it and the fabric to make the majority of it. One of their boxes was for a tea towel topper, or it was one of those kitchen scarves. They didn't send the cloths. Then the main thing that you needed for it was the tea towel. So I've got plenty of those, so that's no problem. And then it doesn't come with any extras. I think you might get a sticker. I don't think I've gotten extra anything in any of the boxes that I've gotten. But I do like the fabrics. I don't necessarily know who the fabrics are made by because there's no salvage on it. So there's no like name or anything like that. And sometimes when you see other people cut their fabrics for you, no big deal. I give this one a 3 out of 5, only because of the pattern. And maybe it's just their projects, because you're having to cut pieces of paper out. You know, you're cutting the paper pattern out, and I'm more of, give me numbers, you know, give me 3 by 5 by 10 kind of thing, depending on what you're making. That's just a personal preference, but I do think it's a great stash builder. So again, 3 out of 5, just because it's not mine. Will I get it again if I need just a different variety of something? Maybe. But we'll go from there. Now, I saved this box for last because as a beginner in the quilting community, quilting sewing community, this box has by far, out of all the ones that I've gotten so far, has been the best. Again, my opinion. I did order from Cotton Cuts. I ordered, there was two, oh, I did a sale buy with Missouri Star Quilt Company. I bought a bunch of stuff on their sale, so I'll unbox that, because I almost think that's almost a better idea to get stuff. You know what you're getting. And if you're looking for something specific, then you can just go and hit up the sales. And I got some pretty cool stuff. I got some stuff. Not a whole lot, but I did get some stuff. And so I'm super excited about that. Okay, so the last box that I'm going to go over is the Quilted Cow. This box is by far, okay, did I tell you the price on, I don't think I did. Let me back up. I'm sorry. Miss Quilty was $31.97. The Fat Quarter Shop was $38. And the So What box is $35.99. So the only one that we're actually paying shipping on, I believe, was the Fat Quarter Shop. But it's still comparable to the other prices. It's still under $40 compared to the, you know, the other two that I usually get. Okay, the Quilted Cow. Their boxes, you get this or that project in there. You can make one or the other, but you get both patterns just based on, you know, whichever one you decide to do. This box is $60. It is expensive. The shipping is included, which is great because, yes, the shipping is included. I ended up buying an additional August box. Luckily, I didn't have to pay shipping on it because I just ordered an extra subscription box. But if you were just to go on their website and if they had extra boxes, you would be paying $10 for this box to ship. I believe it's $10. They have a set dollar amount. Their shipping is based on how much you spend, kind of thing. So get the subscription box, the shipping's included. Now you get quite a bit, and it does come in, and at times can be super heavy. Let's see, you get the patterns for each project, and of course you're always going to need the additional backing, batting, binding, depending on what the project is. But if they're giving you, if they send you a pattern for a wallet, they're going to send you the snaps. I got a macaroon kit, and it's the zipper and the, so you got that main stuff. But if it's the batting and the backing, or the foam, if you're making the bag, that you'll have to get that extra. But that's with all the other boxes that you get as well. And you get little trinkets. I've gotten 2 grids from them, rulers or grids. I've gotten chalk pens. I've gotten scissors. I've gotten pin cushions, a wrist pin cushion. Their fabrics are great. They're usually done by Riley Blake or Moda. I can't remember the other ones that have come in here, but I recognize the names. The fabric feels phenomenal, and their colorways when they send you for a project is beautiful. I don't know who picks it, other than on your invoice you'll see who packaged it up. And I'm not quite sure if they're the ones that go in and they cut it wherever, but kudos to whoever does the colorways and picks the colors for these projects, because I've been in absolute love with the color and the fabrics that they do send. Let's see what else to say. You'll always get okay, so in their box you're going to get the patterns for each of the projects. You're going to get the majority of the fabric that you're going to need to complete it. You'll always get a spool of thread. At least I've always gotten a spool of thread in the 5 boxes that I've gotten. You'll get a tool, like a silicone squishy thing, tool holder, a template, scissors. One of like the second box I think I got from them, I got a ball of flattener. That's been a life changer for getting my stuff flat, man. Oh, that reminds me, iron. Okay, squirrel, sorry. How do you get stuff off your iron? I was using Elmer's glue to glue stuff, and now I've got black stuff on the bottom of my iron. So if you got tips on how to get that off, let me know. And then a little trinket, like, oh, I said a trinket, like pin cushions. I think I got maybe a sticker or something like that. But their boxes are by far the best, and they'll always have a YouTube video. Not always. If it's called the Helpful Heifer, I think it's funny, Helpful Heifer, they'll have a video on how to make the project, which is fantastic. But otherwise, their patterns are easy to read, easy to follow. I had to pull up their video to make a bag one time, which no big deal. I figured it out, and it was the first time using foam, so no big deal there. Again, I give them a 5 out of 5, and I could do a 4.5 out of 5 based on price, because it can't get pricey every month, especially when I try to bring in other boxes to try out and to give a value of, a valued review on. But I love it. And I could be partial because they're local to me. I've got one that's like an hour and 10 minutes away. And then I have another one that's opening up in October. That's going to be like 45, 50 minutes away. And I'm thinking, maybe I can get a job there. But then I wouldn't be able to do any of this, which wouldn't be fun anymore. So what do you look for? If you get some subscription boxes, what do you look for? Do you look for the fabric, the price points? Are you looking for patterns, or is it a mixture of stuff? Me personally, I wanted to try different boxes, try different patterns to see which one is going to work best for me in my beginner level. I did subscribe to somebody because I was able to get solids, because I maybe have 5 solids. Like, yeah, well, I can't even see any solid over here on my shelving. So I did order a box that will start bringing in some solids to help with some projects and stuff like that. So, but those will come up in different views and in different reviews. But thanks for coming by. Let me know. I'm interested in cleaning the iron, because I noticed that it's on the edge of my the ironing board too. So I must have tried to wipe it off one time. But if there's something, I've seen where somebody said using a dryer sheet will do it, but I'm not quite sure how that'll work. So for those of you that have issues with getting stuff on your iron, let me know. And why is it happening? When I see other people doing, and it could be happening, I see people using the glue sticks and then going and pressing it to seal it and stuff like that. Maybe they're just not pointing out that they've got goo on their iron, and they're just gonna know that they're gonna have to clean it, or maybe I just done something wrong, who knows. But anyways, this video is coming to an end. I've got a live coming up at 3 p.m., which is probably just right around the corner, because this video is kind of long, almost 24 minutes. But anyways, Miss Quilty, Moo Mail, Fat Quarter Shop, and the So What box. Great boxes. I wish I can say avoid Mrs. Quilty. They're not in the U.S. They're not U.S. based from what I can understand. I think they're Netherlands. So that could be a supply issue. I don't know. I'm not going to guess. I just know that that's not the one box that I will probably go back to. Even though I see their Facebook advertisements, they've got some cool stuff that they're selling on there. So I don't know if they're branching out for bigger products or what they're doing there. But so ranking worst to best, in my opinion, Miss Quilty will come in at number 4. The So What box will come in at number 3. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to say the Fat Quarter Shop, the Sew Sampler box, is going to come in at number 2 for me. Just because the Moo Mail pushes out just a little bit, because I don't have all the tools and stuff needed. And so they've been a really good builder of tools because you get several tools in one box. And so does the Fat Quarter Shop. But maybe I'm partial to the freaking teal cow. Who knows? But anyways, Miss Quilty number 4, the So What box number 3, Fat Quarter Shop number 2, and then I went backwards with my fingers, and then the Quilted Cow in the number 1 spot, even though it's on the pricey side. It's doubled, almost doubled of what these other boxes are. So anyways, thanks for coming in. Let me know what you think. And then I maybe will see you a little bit later.